Riley. I was the assistant director.
Thank you for supporting Troop 289's production of King Lear, set in the 1970s. As tradition goes, the show has been completely student-run and directed.
We have concessions down in front. Please help yourself at intermission or at the end of the show. They're by donation.
Please remember to silence your phones during the show, and we hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Curiosity and neither can make choice of either's mode.
Is this not your son, my lord?
His breeding, sir, hath been at my charge. I have so often blushed to acknowledge him that now I am raised to it.
I cannot conceive you.
Sir, but his mother could, whereupon she grew round-wombed and had a son for her cradle as she had a husband for her bed. Do you smell a fault?
I cannot wish the fault on none, the issue of it being so proper.
But I have, sir, a son by proper order of law, some years older than this, who is yet no dearer in my account. Though this boy came something saucily to the world before he was sent for, yet was his mother fair, there was good sport at his making, and the whoreson must be acknowledged. Do you know this noble gentleman, Edmund?
No, my lord.
My lord of Kent. Remember him hereafter as my honorable friend.
My services are to your lordship.
I must love you and seek to know you better.
Sir, I shall study deservingly.
He hath been out 9 years, and away he shall again.
The king is coming!
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy, Gloucester.
I shall, my lord.
In the meantime, we may discuss our darker purpose. Give me the map then. Know that we have in three divided our kingdom. 'Tis our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them unto younger strength, so that we may unburdened crawl towards death. Our loving son of Cornwall, and our no less loving son of Albany, we have at this hour a constant will to publish our daughter's several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. The two great princes, France and Burgundy, long in this court have made their amorous sojourning, and are here to be answered. Now, my daughters, since we'll divest us both of rule, interest of territory, cares of state, which shall we say doth love us most, if we may extend our largest family, that nature doth with merit challenge? Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than words can wheel the matter. Dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, no less than life, with grace, health, beauty, honor, as much as child ere loved or father found. A love that makes breath poor and speech unable. Beyond all manner of so much do I love you.
What shall Cordelia speak? Love and be silent.
Across all bounds, even from this land to this, with shadowy forests and champagnes rich, with plenteous rivers and wide-skirted meads, we do make thee lady. To thee and Albany's issue be this perpetual. Now what says our second daughter, dearest Reagan, wife of Cornwall? Speak.
Sir, I am in that same self-medal as my sister, and prize me at her work. In my true heart, I find she names my very deed of love. Only she comes too short. That I confess myself an enemy to all other joys, which the most precious square of sense possesses. I find I alone am limited in your dear highness's love.
And poor Cordelia, and yet not so, since I'm sure my love's more ponderous than my tongue.
To thee and thine hereditary ever remain in this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, nor pleasure than that conferred into Goneril. But now, oh joy! Although our last and least, to whose love both the vines of France and milk of Burgundy do strive to be interest, what wilt thou say to get a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing.
Nothing.
How, Cordelia, nothing can come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less.
How, Cordelia, mend your speech a little, lest you may mar your fortunes.
Good, my lord. You have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as a right fit. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why should my sisters have husbands if they say they love you all?
thy heart with this?
Aye, my lord.
So young and so untender.
So young and so true.
Let it be so. Thy truth then be thy dower. For by the sacred radiance of the sun, by the mysteries of the Canaanite, by the operation of all the orbs from which we do exist or cease to be, here I do relinquish all paternal care, propinquity, property of blood. A stranger to me and my heart, I shall hold thee from this forever. For the barbarous Scythian, or he that messes of his previous generation to gorge his appetite, shall to my bosom be no more well neighbored, pitied, nor relieved than thou, my sometime daughter.
Good, my liege.
Peace, Kent! Come not to the dragon and his wrath. I love her best, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Here I see that my only rest shall be my grave, for here I gift her father's heart from her. Call France, who stirs tall Burgundy. Cornwall and Albany. With my daughter's dowers, digest this third. Let pride, what she calls plainness, marry her. I do invest you jointly with all the powers, prominence, and any large effects that do troop with majesty. Ourself, with reservation of 100 knights, by you to be sustained, shall our abode make with you by due terms. We shall keep up the name and all the additions to a king. The sway, revenue, execution of the rest beloved sons be yours. Which to confirm this coronate part between you.
Royal Lear, whom I've ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master followed, and as my great patron thought on in my prayers.
The bow is bent and drawn, make from the shaft.
Let it fall rather, though the fork invade the region of my heart. Be Kent unmannerly when Lear is mad, what wouldst thou do, old man? Thinkest thou that duty shall have dread to speak when power to flattery bows? To plainness honor bound when majesty calls to follow. Reserve thy state, and in thy best consideration check this hideous rashness. Thy youngest daughter does not love thee least, nor are those empty-hearted whose low sounds reverb no hollowness.
Kent, on thy life no more!
My life I never held but as a pawn to wage against thy enemies, nor fear lose it thy safety be motive.
Out of my sight!
Speak better, Lear, and let me still remain the true blank of thine eye.
Now by Apollo!
Now by Apollo, king, thou swearest thy gods in vain.
O vassal! Miscreant!
Oh dear sir, forbear.
Please.
Do kill thy physician, and the fee bestow upon thy foul disease. Revoke thy gift, or else I can still then clamor from my throat. I'll tell thee thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant! On thine allegiance, hear me! That thou hast sought to make us break our vows, which we durst ne'er yet, and with strained pride to come betwixt our sentence and our power, which neither our nature nor our place can bear. Our policy made good, take thy reward. 5 days we do allot thee for provision to shield thee from the diseases of the world. And by the days hereafter, to turn thy banished trunk on our kingdom. If thy trunk be found in our dominions, the moment is thy death. By Jupiter, this shall not be revoked.
Why? Fare thee well, king. Sit thus bountiful to appear. Freedom lives hence, and banishment is here. The gods to their dear shelter take thee, maid, that justly thinkest and hast most rightly said. And your large speeches may your deeds approve, that good effects may spring from words of love. Thus Kent, O princes, bids you all adieu. He'll shape his old course in a country new.
Here's France and Burgundy, my noble lord.
Noble Burgundy, we first address towards you, who with this great king hath long rivaled for our youngest daughter's love. What will you least require with her? Present dowry or seize your quest of love.
Most royal majesty, I crave no more than hath your highness offered, nor will you tender less.
Right noble Burgundy. When she was dear to us, we did hold her so. But her price has fallen, so there she stands. If aught within what little seeming substance, or all of it, our displeasure please your grace, she's there, and she is yours.
I know no answer.
Sir, will you, with what infirmity she owes, unfriended, newly adopted, to our hate strangered, by our curse dowered, by our oath, take her or leave her?
Pardon me, royal sir, election makes not up in such conditions.
Then leave her, for I swear, by the powers that made me, I have told you all her worth. Great king, I will not put such a strain on your love to match you where I hate. Therefore beseech you, divert your gaze a worthier way, than upon one whom nature is ashamed to almost acknowledge as her own.
This is most strange, that she that even but now was your best object, the argument of your praise, balm of your age, most best, most dearest, should in this trace of time commit a thing so monstrous to dismantle. So many folds of favor, sure her offense must be of such unnatural degree that monsters it, or your forevouched affection fall into taint, which to believe of her must be a faith that reason without miracle could never plant in me.
I yet beseech your majesty, for if I want that glib and oily art, to speak in purpose not since what I well intend, I'll do it before I speak, to make you know it is no vicious blood, murder, or foulness, no dishonored step or unchaste action that hath deprived me of your grace and favor, but want of which, for that I'm richer, a still soliciting eye, and such a tongue, as I am glad not to have, for not to have it has lost me in your liking.
Go to. Better thou hadst not been born, to have that pleased me better.
Is it no more but this? A tardiness in nature which often leaves the history unspoke that it intends to do. My lord of Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Love's not love when it is mingled with regards that stands aloof from the entire point. Will you have her? She herself is a dowry.
Royal king, give but that portion which yourself proposed, and here I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing. I have sworn. I am firm.
I am sorry then. You have so lost a father that you must lose a husband.
Peace be with Burgundy, since that respects and fortunes are his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, thou art most rich being poor, most choice forsaken, and most loved despised. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon. Be it lawful I take up what's cast away. Gods, gods! 'Tis strange that from their cult's neglect my love should kindle to inflamed respect. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance, is queen of us, of ours, and our fair France. Not all the dukes of waterish Burgundy can buy this unprized precious maid of me. Bid them farewell, Cordelia. Though unkind, thou lowest here a better where to find.
Thou hast her, France! Let her be thine, for we have no such daughter. Henceforth we will never see that face of hers again. Therefore be gone, without our grace, our love, our benison. Come, noble Burgundy.
Bid farewell to your sisters.
My two sisters, with washed eyes, Cordelia leaves you. I know what you are, and like a sister am most loath to call. Your faults are as they are named. Love well our father, to our professed bosoms I commit. But yet, alas, stood I within a better place. I would prefer him to a better place. So farewell to you both.
Prescribe not us our duty. Let your study be to content your lord.
who hath received you at fortune's alms. You have obedience scanted and are well worth the want that you have wanted.
Time shall unfold what plighted cunning hides, who covers faults with that last shame to rise. Well, may you prosper.
Come, my fair Cordelia. Sister, it is not a little of what I have to say that most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight.
That's most certain, and with you, next month with us.
You see how full of changes his age is. The observation we have made of it hath not been little. He always loved our sister most, and was with now poor judgment, hath now cast her aside, appears too grossly.
'Tis the infirmity of his age, though he hath ever but slenderly known himself.
The best and soundest of his time hath been more rash. Then must we look to receive not only the imperfections of long and graft condition, but therewithal the unruly waywardness that infirm and caloric years bring with them.
Such unconstant starts are we like to have from him as this of Kent's banishment.
And there is further leave taking between France and him. Pray you, let's hit together. If our father shall carry authority with the dispositions he bears, this less surrender of his will but offend us.
We shall further think on it.
We must do something, and if it heeds.
Of nations that deprive me. For I'm some 12 or 14 moonshines lag of a bastard. Why, bastard, wherefore base? When my dimensions are as well as compact, my mind is generous, and my shape is true as an honest madam's issue. Why they brand us with base? With baseness, bastardy, base! Who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition in fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed. Go to thy creating a whole tribe of fops got between asleep and awake. Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Well then, my legitimate, if this letter speed, an invitation thrive, then Edmund the base shall top thy legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now, God, stand up for the bastards.
Hence, banished thus, and France in choler parted, and the king gone tonight, prescribed his power, confined to exhibition. All this upon the gad. Edmund, how now, what's news?
I know nothing, my lord.
Why so urgent for you to put out that paper in your pocket?
I know no news, my lord.
What paper were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
No? Why then that terrible dispatch of it into your pocket? The quality of nothing hath not such need to hide itself. Let's see. Come, if it be nothing, I shall not need spectacles.
I beseech you, sir, pardon me. It is a letter from my brother I have not all overread, and for so much have I perused, I find it not fit for your overlooking.
Give me the letter, sir.
I will offend either to detain or give it. The contents and parts I understand are to blame.
Let's see.
I hope for my brother's justification he wrote this but as an essay or taste of my virtue.
This policy and reverence of age makes the world bitter to the best of our time, and keeps our fortunes from us till our oldness would not relish them. I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of age tyranny, who sways not as it hath power, but as it is suffered. Come to me, that of this I may speak more. If our father should sleep till I waked him, you should enjoy half his revenue forever, and live the beloved of your brother, Edgar. Conspiracy? Sleep till I wake him, enjoy half his revenue. My son Edgar! Had he a hand to write this, a heart and a brain to breed it in? What came this to you? Who brought it?
It was not brought me, my lord. There's the cunning of it. I found it thrown in at the casement of my closet.
And you know the character to be your brother.
If the matter were good, my lord, I durst swear were his, but I've respected that I fain think it were not.
It is his.
It is his hand, my lord, but I hope his heart is not in the contents.
Has he never before sounded you in this business?
Never, my lord, but I have heard him oft maintain it fit that son's at a perfect age, father's declining. A father should be as a ward to the son, and the son manage his revenue.
Oh, villain, villain, his very opinion in the letter. A poor villain, a natural peasant, brutish villain. Worse than brutish. Go, sirrah, seek him, I'll apprehend him. Abominable villain, where is he?
I do not well know, my lord. If it shall please you to suspend your indignation against my brother, until you can derive from him a better testimony of his intent, then you shall run a certain course, where if you proceed against him violently, mistaking his purpose, thou would make a great gap in your own honor, and shake in pieces the heart of his obedience. I dare pawn down my life for him that he hath wrote this letter to feel my affection to your honor, and no other pretense of danger.
Think you so?
If your honor judge it meet, I will place you where you shall hear us confer of it, and by an auricular assurance your satisfaction. And that without any further delay than this very evening.
He cannot be such a monster.
Nor is not sure.
To his father, who loves him so tenderly and entirely. Heaven and earth, and then seek him out, wind me into him, I pray you. Frame the business after your own wisdom. I would unstate myself to be in a due resolution.
I will seek him, sir, presently. Convey the business as I shall find the means, and acquit you withal.
These late eclipses of the sun and moon portend no good to us, though wisdom of nature may reason it thus and thus, yet nature finds itself scourged by the sequent effects. Love cools, friendships fall out, brothers divide, in cities mutinies, in countries discord, in palaces treason, and the bond cracked twixt father and son. This villain of mine came under the prediction, their son against father. The king falls from bias of nature. There's father against child. We have seen the best of our times. Hollowness, machinations, treachery, and all the rudest disorders that will follow us disquietly to our graves. Find out this villain, Edmund. It shall lose thee nothing. Do it carefully. And the noble, the true-hearted Kent, vanish, softens honesty, his strength.
This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often to the surfeit of our own behaviors, we make guilty of our own disasters. The sun, the moon, and the stars. Edgar, in Paddy's cue, he comes like the catastrophe of the old comedy. My cue was villainous melancholy with a sigh like Tom O'Badler. Oh, these eclipses do portend these divisions. Fa, so long be.
Now, Brother Edmund, what serious contemplation are you in?
I am thinking, brother, of a prediction I read this other day. What should follow these eclipses?
Do you busy yourself with that?
I promise you the effects you write shall succeed unhappily, as an unnaturalness between the child and the parent. Death, dearth, dissolutions of ancient amenities, divisions in state, menace and malediction of kings and nobles, needless diffidences, banishment of friends, nuptial breaches, nigh, know not what.
How long have you been a sectary astronomical?
Come, when you saw my father last.
Then I gone right.
Spake you with him?
Aye, 2 hours together.
Parted you in good terms, found you no displeasure in him by word or countenance?
None at all.
But think yourself within where you may have offended him, and at my entreaty forbear his presence until some little time hath qualified to his displeasure. which at this instant is so rageth in him that with the mischief of your person would scarcely alive.
Some villain has done me wrong!
That's what I fear. Pray you away. Have a continence forbearance, so the speed of his rage goes slower. And as I say, retire with me fitly to my lodging, from whence I will bring you to hear my father speak. Pray you away. There's my key. If you do decide to stir abroad, go armed, brother.
Armed, brother?
Brother, I advise you to the very best. Go armed. I'm no honest man if there be any good meaning towards it. I've told you what I have seen and heard, but faintly, nothing is like the true image and horror of it. Pray you away.
Shall I hear from you anon?
I do serve you in this business. A credulous father and brother, noble, whose nature is so far from doing harms he suspects none, on whose foolish honesty my practices ride easy. I see the business. Let me, if not by birth, have lands by wit. And what he meets that I can fashion fit.
Did my father strike my gentleman for chatting this fool?
Aye, madam.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into one gross crime or other, and it sets us all at odds. I'll not endure it. His nights for rights and himself upbraids on every trifle. When he returns from hunting, I'll not speak with him. Say I am sick. If you can flock to former services, you shall do well. The fault of it, I'll answer.
He's coming, madam. I hear it.
Put on what weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. All have it come to question. If he dislike it, let him to our sister, whose mind and mine I know in that are one, and not to be overruled. Remember what I tell you.
Very well, madam.
And let us knights have colder looks among you. What grows of it? No matter. I would breathe from hence occasions, and I shall that I may speak. I'll write straight to my sister to hold my very course. Prepare for dinner.
For which I raised my likeness. Now, banished Kent, if thou can serve where thou dost stand condemned, so may it come that thy master, whom thou lovest, shall find thee full of labors.
How now? What art thou?
A man, sir.
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
I do profess to be no less than I seem, to serve him truly that will put me in trust, to love him that is honest, to converse with him that is wise and says little, to fear judgment, to fight when I cannot choose, and to eat no fish.
What art thou?
A very honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king.
Thou art as poor from the subject as he is from the king. Thou art poor enough. What wouldst thou?
Service.
Who wouldst thou serve?
You.
Dost thou know us?
No, sir, but you have that in your countenance which I fain call master.
What's that?
Authority.
What services canst thou do?
That which ordinary men are fit for, I am qualified in, and the best of me is diligence.
How old art thou?
Not so young, sir, to love a woman for singing, nor too old to dote on her for anything. I have years on my back 48.
Follow me. Thou shalt serve me. If I like thee no less after dinner, I'll not part from thee yet. Go, call my fool. Go, you, Sirrah. Where's my dog?
So please you.
What said the fellow there? Call the Blackwell back. And where's my fool hoe? I should think the world's asleep. How now, what said the fellow?
He says, my lord, your daughter is not well.
Why came the slave not back when I called him?
He answered me in the roundest manner, he would not.
He would not.
There is a great abatement of kindness in that of the Duke himself and your daughter.
Sayest thou so?
I beseech you pardon me, my lord, for my duty cannot be silent when I think your highness wronged.
Thou buttest rememberest me of mine own conception. I have perceived your fate neglectably, but I have blamed it on mine own jealous curiosity rather than on a pretense of purpose unkindness. I will look into it further. Where's my fool? I've not seen him these last 2 days.
Since thy lady's gone to France, the fool hath much pined away.
Enough of that. I've noted it well. Go tell my daughter how to speak with her. And go call my fool. Oh, you, sir! Come hither, sir! Who am I, sir?
My lady's father.
My lady's father! My lord's name, you horse and dog! You slave, you cur!
I have none of these, my lord. I beseech your pardon.
Do you bandy looks with me, you rascal?
I'll be struck it.
Nor tripped neither, you base football player.
I thank thee, friend. Thou service me and I'll love thee.
Come, sir, arise. Away. I'll teach thee differences. Away, away! If you measure your lover's length again, tarry, but away go to. Have you wisdom? So.
My friendly knave, I must thank thee. Use earnest of thy service.
Let me hire him too. Here's my coxcomb.
How now, my pretty knave, how dost that?
Sirrah, you were best take my coxcomb.
Why, fool?
Why? For taking one's part, that's out of favor. Nay, and thou cannot smile as the wind sits. Thou would catch a cold shortly. There, take my coxcomb. Why, this man has banished you on his daughters and did the third a blessing against his will. If thou wilt follow him, thou will need to wear my coxcomb. Ooh. How now, uncle? Would I have 2 coxcombs and 2 daughters?
Why, boy?
Well, if I gave them all my living, I'd keep my coxcombs myself. There's mine. Beg another of thy daughters.
Take heed, sirrah, the whip.
Truth's a dog that must to kennel. He must be whipped out. When Lady Bitch sit by the fire and stink.
Pestilent gall to me.
Sirrah, I'll teach thee a speech.
Do.
Mark it, nuncle. Have more than thou showest. Speak less than thou knowest. Lend less than thou owest. Ride more than thou goest. Learn more than thou trowest. Set less than thou throwest. Leave thy drink and thy whore, and keep and adore. And thou shalt have more than 2 tens to a score.
This is nothing, fool.
Nothing? Then 'tis like the breath of an unfed lawyer. You give me nothing for it. Can I make no use of nothing, nuncle?
Why, no, boy. Nothing can come of nothing.
Then prithee, tell him so much the rent of his land comes to. He will not believe a fool.
A bitter fool.
Dost thou know the difference, my boy, between a bitter fool and a sweet fool?
Dost thou call me fool, boy?
All thy other titles that thou wast born with hast given away.
This is not altogether fool, my lord.
Lords and great men will not let me. If I had a monopoly out, they'd have part on it. Ladies, too, why, they'll be snatching, for they won't let me keep fool all to myself. Give me an egg, nuncle, and I'll give thee 2 crowns.
Which 2 crowns shall they be?
Why, the 2 crowns of the egg. When thou clovest thy crown, I its middle, and gavest away both parts, thou borest thy ass o'er the back, o'er the dirt. Thou hast little tiny wit in thy ball crown, when thou gavest thy golden one away. Fools had ne'er a less wit in a year, for wise men are grown foppish. They know not what their wits to wear. Their manners are so apish.
When wert thou wont to be so full of songs, sirrah?
I've used it, nuncle, ever since thou madest thy daughters thy mothers, when thou gavest them the rod and puttest down thine own breeches.
And you lie, will have you whipped.
I marvel what kin thou and thy daughters are. They'll have me whipped for speaking true, you'll have me whipped for lying, and sometimes I'm whipped for holding my peace. I would have been any kind of thing than a fool, and I would not be thee, nuncle. Thou hast pared thy wit both sides, and left nothing I hit the middle. Oh look, here comes one of the parents.
How now, daughter? How comes to struggle it on?
That's a shelf piece,
Not only, sir, this, your all-licensed fool, but other of your insolent majesty do hourly quarrel, breaking forth in rank and not to be endured riots. Sir, I had thought by making this well known unto you to have found a safe redress, but now grow fearful, by what you yourself have spoke and done, that you protect this course and put it on for your allowance, which, if you should, the fault of which would not escape censure, nor the redress's sleep, which in the tender of a wholesome wheel might in their working do you that offense which else were shame, that the necessity will call discreet proceeding.
Are you our daughter?
Come, sir, I would you would make use of that good wisdom of which I know you are fraught, and put aside these dispositions that of late transform you from what you rightly are.
May not an ass know when the cart draws the horse. I love thee.
Does any here know me? Why, this is not Lear. Does Lear walk thus, speak thus? Where are his eyes? Sure, sleeping or waking, 'tis not so. Who is it here that can tell me who I am?
Lear's shadow.
I would learn this, for by the marks of sovereignty, knowledge, and justice, I should be false persuaded that I had daughters.
Which they will make an obedient father.
Your name, fair gentlewoman?
This admiration of yours, sir, is much o'er the savor of other your new pranks. I do beseech you to understand my purposes aright. As you are old and reverend, you should be wise. Here do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold, that this our court, infected with their manners, shows like a righteous inn. To be as such men as may besort your age, and know themselves, and you.
Darkness and devils, prepare my train, saddle my horses. Ingracious bastard, I'll no more trouble thee. I still have yet a daughter.
You strike my people, and your disordered rabble make servants of their betters.
Woe that too late repents. Oh, will you come, sir? Is it your will, sir? Speak, sir. Prepare my train. Monster, ingratitude, more ugly when thou showest in thy daughter than the sea monster.
Pray, sir, be patient.
Detested kite, thou liest. My train are men of choice and rare sports, whom all the particulars of duty known to the utmost exact regard support the worship of their name. Oh, small fault, how ugly that like an engine should wrench from my frame of nature, suck all the love from my heart, and add it to the gall.
My lord, I'm guiltless as I am ignorant. Of what hath moved you?
This may be true, my lord. Why, hear me, nature. Hear, dear goddess, hear. Suspend thy purpose if thou didst intend to make this creature teem. Convey into her womb sterility, dry up her organs of increase, that never from her derogate body should spring a babe to honor her. And if she must teem, why then create her a child of spleen, that it may thwart unnatural torments upon her, stamp wrinkles in her brow of youth, and with cadent tears spread channels in her cheeks. Turn all of her mother's pains and benefits towards laughter and contempt, that she may feel how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child. Away, away!
Now, gods that we adore, where have come this?
Never afflict yourself to know the cause. Let his disposition have that scope that dotage gives it.
50 of my followers at a clap within a fortnight!
What's the matter, sir?
I'll tell thee! By the gods, I am ashamed thou hast the power to shake my manhood thus. I still have yet a daughter, who I am sure is kind and comfortable. When she shall hear this with her nails, she will flay thy wolfish visage, and thou wilt find that I will retake the mantle thou thinkst I have cast off forever. Thou shalt, I warn thee.
Do you mark that, my lord?
Goneril, I cannot be so partial to the great love I bear you.
Pray you content. What Oswald, how? You, sir, more knave than fool, after your master.
Nunclear, tear and take a fool with thee.
This man hath had good counsel 100 nights. Yes, 'tis safe and politic to let him keep at point 100 nights. Yes, let every dream, each buzz, each fancy, each good slight, each complaint, he may guard his dotage with their powers and hold all lives at mercy. Oswald, I say!
You may fear too far.
Safer than to trust too far. Let me still take away the harms I fear, not fear still to be taken. I know his heart. And when he hath uttered, I have writ my sister, and if she shall sustain him, and his 100 nights, after I have shown the unfitness.
Here, madam.
Come now, Oswald, have you with that letter to my sister?
Aye, madam.
Then take you some company and await a horse. Inform her full of my particular fear, and thereto add such reasons of your own as may compact it more. Get you gone, and hasten your return. No, my lord. This milky gentleness and mild course of yours, though I condemn not, and yet under pardon, you are much more taxed for want of wisdom than praised for harmful mildness.
How far your eyes may pierce, I cannot tell. Trying to better oft we mar with well.
Nay then.
Well, the vent.
Go you and forty Gloucester to deliver him this letter. Acquaint my daughter with no more of what thou knowest than what comes from her demand from this letter. If your diligence be not speedy, I shall be there afore you.
I will not sleep, my lord, till I have delivered your letter.
Prithee, nuncle, if a man's brains were in his heels, were he not in danger of kibes?
Aye, boy.
Then prithee be merry. Thy wit shall never go slipshod. Thou shalt see thy other daughter will see thee kindly, for she as though is a crab to an apple. Yet I can tell what I can tell.
What canst thou tell, my boy?
Why, she will taste as though a crab does to a crab. Canst tell why one's nose stands eye middle on face?
No.
Why to keep one's eyes on either side's nose? What a man cannot smell out, he must spy into.
I did her wrong.
Canst tell why an oyster makes its shell?
No.
Nor can I. Oh, but I can tell you why a snail has a house.
Why?
Why, to put its head in, not to give it up to his daughters and leave its horns without a case.
I will forget my nature, so kind a father.
Thy asses are gone about them. The reason why the 7 stars are no more than 7 is a pretty reason.
Because they are not 8?
Yes, indeed, thou wouldst make a good fool, nuncle.
It takes again perforce. Monster, ingratitude.
If thou wert my fool, nuncle, I'd have thee beaten for being old before thy time.
How's that?
Thou shouldst not been old, till thou hast been wise.
No. Let me not be mad, not mad. Sweet heaven, let me not be mad. Keep me in temper, let me not be mad. Be the horses ready.
Ready, my lord.
Come, boy.
She's a maid, and laughs at my departure. Well, shouldn't be a maid long, unless things be cut shorter.
Save thee, Kieran.
And you, sir, I have been with your father and given him notice that the Duke of Cornwall and Regan, his duchess, will be here with him this night.
How comes that?
Nay, I know not. You have heard of the news abroad. I mean the whispered ones, for there yet the ear-kissing arguments.
Not I. Pray you, what are they?
Have you heard of no likely wars toward twixt the two dukes of Cornwall and Albany?
Not a word.
You may do then in time. Very well, sir.
The Duke be here tonight? The better. Best. This weaves itself perforce into my business. My father hath set guard to take my brother, and I have one thing of a queasy question on which I must act. Briefness and fortune work. Brother, a word! Descend, brother, I say! Have you said nothing against the Duke of Cornwall aught? Is coming hither now in thy night in thy haste, and Regan with him. Have you said nothing upon his part against the Duke of Albany? Advise yourself. I am sure on it. Not a word. I hear my father coming, pardon me, and calling I must draw my sword upon you. Draw! Seem to defend yourself, now quit you well. Yield! Come before my father! A light, ho, here! Fly, brother, fly! Torches! Torches! So farewell! Some blood drawn upon me would beget opinion of my more fierce endeavor. I've seen drunkards do more than this in sport. Father! Father! Stop! Stop! No help!
Now, Edmund, where's the villain?
Here stood he in the dark, his sharp sword out, mumbling of wicked charms, conjuring to the moon to stand his vicious mistress.
But where is he?
Look, sir, I bleed.
Where is the villain, Edmund?
Fled this way when by no means
Pursue him, ho, go after! By no means what?
Persuade me to the murder of your lordship. Sir, and fine seeing how boldly opposite I stood to his unnatural purpose, and fell motion with his purposeful sword he charges home. My unprepared body latched mine arm, and when he saw my best alarmed spirits, bold and close, right roused to the encounter, or whether gasped by some noise I made, full suddenly he fled.
Let him fly far. Not in this land shall he remain uncaught, and found, dispatched. The noble Duke, my master, my worthy arch and patron, comes tonight. By his authority I will proclaim it, that he which finds him shall deserve our thanks, bringing the murderous coward to the stake. He that conceals him, death.
When I dissuaded from him his intent, and found him pight to do it, with cursed speech I threatened to discover him. He replied, "Thou unpossessing bastard, dost thou think if I would stand against thee with the ripples of any truth, virtue, or worth in it, that would make thy words faith? No, that I should deny, and that I would, though thou didst produce my very character. I turn it all to thy suggestion, plot, and damned practice. And thou must make a dullard of the world, if they not thought the prophets of my death were pregnant and potential spirits to make thee seek it."
Announcing the Duke of Cornwall and Regan.
Oh, strange and fastened villain. Deny his letter, said he. I never got him. Hark, the Duke's announcement. I know not why he comes. All ports I'll bar, the villain shall not escape. The Duke must grant me that. Besides, his picture I'll send far and near, that all the kingdom will have due note of him. And of my land's loyal and natural boy, I'll work the means to make thee capable.
How now, my noble friend? Since I came hither, which can I call but now? I've heard strange news.
If it be true, all vengeance comes too short which can pursue the offender. How dost, my lord?
Oh, madam, the old heart is cracked. It's cracked.
What, did my father's Scotsman seek your life, he whom my father named, your Edgar?
Oh, lady, shame would have it hid.
Was he not companion with the riotous knights that tend upon my father?
I know not, madam. 'Tis too bad, too bad.
Yes, madam, he was of that consort.
No marvel then, though he were ill-advised. 'Tis they have put him on the old man's death, to have some of the exploited spoils of his revenues. I have this present evening by my sister been well informed of them, and with such cautions that if they come to sojourn at my house, I'll not be there.
Nor I assure thee, Regan. Edmund, I hear you have shown your father a childlike office.
It was my duty, sir.
He did bewray his practice, and received this hurt you see striving to apprehend him.
Is he pursued?
Ay, my good lord.
If he be taken, he shall nevermore be feared of doing harm. Make your own purpose, how in my strength you please. For you, Edmund, whose virtue and obedience doth this instant so much commend itself. Natures of such deep trust we shall much need. You we first seize on.
I shall serve you, sir, truly however else.
For him I thank your grace.
You know not why we came to visit you.
Though out of season and threading dark-eyed night, occasions, noble Gloucester, of some poise wherein we must have use of your advice. Our father, he hath wit. So hath our sister, of differences which I least felt fit to answer from our own home. The several messengers from hence attend dispatch. Our dear old friend, let us lay comforts to your bosom, and bestow unto our business some of your wisdom which craves the instant use.
I do serve you, madam. Your graces are right welcome.
dawning to thee, friend. Art of this house?
I
Where may we set our horses?
admire.
Prithee, if thou lovest me, tell me.
I love thee not.
Why then? I care not for thee.
Fellow, if I had thee in Lidsbury pinfold, I would make thee care for me.
Why dost thou use me thus? I know thee not.
Fellow, I know thee.
What dost thou know me for?
A knave, a rascal, an eater of broken meats, a base, proud, shallow, beggarly, free-suited, undercount, filthy, worse than stocking knave, a lily-livered, action-taking knave, a whoresome, glass-glazing, super-serviceable, finical rogue, one trunk-inheriting slave, one that would be bawd in the way of good service, and art nothing but the composition of a knave, beggar, coward, pander, and the son and heir of a mongrel bitch, one whom I will beat into clamorous whining if thou deniest the least syllable of thy addition.
Why, what a monstrous fellow art thou, to rail on one that is neither known of thee nor knows thee.
What a brazen-faced varlet art thou to deny thou knowest me. Is it 2 days ago since I tripped up thy heels and beat thee before the king? Draw, you horse, I'm calling thee barber-monger, draw.
Oh wait, I have nothing to do with thee.
Draw, you rascal! You come with letters against the king and take Vanity the puppet's part against the royalty of her father. Draw, you rogue, or else I'll carbando your shapes. Draw, you rascal, come your ways.
Help, ho! Murder! Help!
Strike, you slave! Stand, rogue! Stand, you neat slave! Strike!
Help, ho! Murder! Murder!
Hi! Now, what's the matter, Park?
With you, good man, boy, if you please. Come on, outflesh ye. Come on, young master.
Weapons, arms, what's the matter here?
Keep peace upon your lives. He dies that strikes again. What is the matter?
The messengers from our sister and the king.
What is your difference? Speak.
I'm scarce in breath, my lord.
Oh, no marvel you have so bestirred your valor, you cowardly rascal. Nature disclaims in thee. A tailor made thee.
Thou art a strange fellow. A tailor make a man?
I, sir, a tailor. A stonecutter or a painter could have made him so ill, though they've been but 2 years old trade.
Speak yet. How grew your quarrel?
This ancient ruffian, sir, who has spirit suited his great beard.
The horse and dead, no unnecessary letter. My lord, if you give me leave, I will tread this unbolted villain into Motar and daub the wall of Jakes with him. Spare my grey beard, you wagtail!
Haste, sirrah, you beastly knave. Know you no reverence?
Yes, sir, but anger hath the privilege.
Why art thou angry?
That such a slave as this should wear a sword who wears no honesty, with every gale and vary of their masters, knowing not like dogs, but following. A plague upon your epileptic visage. Smile you my speeches as I were a fool. Goose, if I had you upon Sarum Plain, I'd drive you cackling home to Camelot.
Why art thou mad, old fellow?
No contraries hold more antipathy than I in such a knave.
Why dost thou call him knave? What's his offense?
Its countenance likes me not.
Nor perchance is mine, nor his, nor hers.
Sir, 'tis my occupation to be plain. I have seen better faces in my time than stands on any shoulder before me at this instant.
This is some fellow who, having been praised for bluntness, doth affect a saucy roughness and constrains the guard. Quite from his nature, he cannot flatter. He, in honest mind and plain, must speak the truth, and they will take it so. If not, he's plain. These kind of knaves I know, in which their plainness harbor more craft and more corrupter ends than 20 silly duckling observants that stretch their duties nicely.
Sir, in good faith, or in sincere verity, under the allowance of your great aspect, whose influence, like the wrath of radiant fire on flickering Phoebus' front.
What meanest by this?
To go out of my dialect, which you just condemn so much. I know, sir, I am no flatterer. He that beguiled you in plain speech was nothing but a plain knave, which for my part I will not be, though I should win your displeasure to entreat you to it.
What was the offense you gave him?
I never gave him any. It pleased the king his master very like to strike at me. Upon his misconstruction, when he cajoled and flattering his displeasure, tripped me behind, being down, insulted, railed, and put upon such zeal a man that worthy him, got praises of the king for him attempting one who was self-subdued, and in the fleshment of this dread exploit, drew on me here again.
None of these rogues and cowards, but Ajax is their rule.
Fetch forth the stocks, ho! You stubborn ancient knave, you reverend braggot, we'll teach you.
Sir, I am too old to learn. Call not your stocks for me! I serve the king, on whose employment I was sent to you. You shall do small respect show to bold malice against the person and grace of my master, stalking his messenger.
Fetch forth the stocks! As I have life and honor, there you shall sit till noon.
Till noon, till night, my lord, and all night too.
Madam, if I were your father's dog, you should not use me so.
Beat his knave I will.
This is a fellow of self-same color as sisters speak of. Come, bring away the stocks.
I must beseech your grace not to do so. His fault is much, and the king his master will check him for it. Your purpose, though correction, is such as the basest and contendest wretches, whose pilferings and common trespasses are punished with. The king his master needs must take ill, that he so slightly valued in his messenger should have him thus restrained.
I'll answer that.
My sister may take it much more worse to have her man abused, assaulted for following her affairs. Put in his arms.
Come, my good lord, away.
I am sorry for thee, friend. 'Tis the duke's pleasure, whose disposition, as all the world well knows, will neither be rubbed nor stopped. I'll entreat for thee.
Pray do not. I have watched and traveled hard. Some time I shall sleep. The rest I'll whistle. Good man's fortune may grow out at heels. Give you the morrow.
The duke's to blame in this. 'Twill be ill taken.
Good king, thou must approve the common saw. Thou out of heaven's benediction comest to the warm sun. Approach thy beacon to the sunderglobe, that by thy comfortable beams I may peruse this letter. Nothing almost sees miracles but misery. I know 'tis from Cordelia, who hath most fortunately been informed of my obscured course, and shall find time from this enormous state, seeking to give losses their remedies. All weary and o'erwatched, take vantage, heavy eyes, not to behold this shameful logic. Fortune, good night. Smile once more and turn thy wheel.
I heard myself proclaimed, and by the happy hollow of a tree escaped the hunt. No port is free, no place that guard and most unusual vigilance does not attend my taking. Whilst I may escape, I will preserve myself. And am bethought to take the basest and most poorest shape that ever penury and contempt of man brought near to beast. My face I'll grime with filth, blanket my loins, elf all my hair into knots, and with presented nakedness outface the winds and persecutions of the sky. The country gives me proof and precedent of bedlam beggars who with roaring voices strike in their numbed and mortified arms. Pins, wooden pricks, nails, sprigs of rosemary, and with this horrible object, from low farms, poor pelting villages, sheepcotes, and mills, sometime with lunatic bands, sometime with prayers, and force their charity. Poor Telegod! Poor Tom! That's something yet. Edgar, I nothing am.
Tis strange thou so depart from home and not return me my messenger.
As I learned the night before, there was no purpose in it, of this remove. Hail to thee, noble master!
Makest thou this shame thy pastime?
No, my lord.
Look! He wears cruel garters. Horses are tied by the heads. Dogs and bears by the necks. Monkeys by the loins. The man's overly lusty with his hands. He wears one and neither stocks.
What's it that hath thou placed so much mischief to set thee here?
It is both he and she, your son and daughter.
No.
Yes.
No, I said.
I say yea.
No, they would not.
Yes, yes, they have.
By Jupiter, I swear no.
By Juno, I swear I.
They durst not do it. They could not, would not do it. Tis worse than murder to do upon respect such violent outrage. Resolve me with all modest haste how thou mightst deserve, or they impose this usage coming from us.
My lord, when at their home I did command your highness's letter to them. Ere I was risen from the place that showed my duty kneeling, came there a reeking post. Stewed in his haste, half breathless, panting forth from Gonerill his mistress' salutations. He delivered letters spite of intermission, which presently they read, on whose contents they summoned up their meanies, straight took horse, and commended me to follow and attend the leisure of their answer gave me cold looks. Meeting here the other messenger, whose welcome I perceived had poisoned mine, being the very fellow which of late displayed so saucily against your highness. Having more man than wit about me drew. He rose the house with loud and coward cries. Your son and daughter found this trespass worth the shame which here it suffers.
Winter's not gone yet. If the wild geese fly that way, fathers that wear rags do make their children blind, but fathers that bear bags will see their children kind. Fortune, errant whore, ne'er returns the key to its poor. Thou shalt have as many dollars for thy daughters as thou canst tell in a year.
Oh, how this mother swells towards my heart. Hysterica Passio, thy rising tide, thy place is below. Where is this daughter?
With the earl, sir, here within.
Follow me not, stay here.
Make you no more offense than what you speak of?
None. How chance the king comes with so small a train?
And thou wouldst put an eye of stocks for that question, thou wouldst well deserved it.
Why, fool?
Why? That, sir, which serves and seeks for gain, and follows but to form will pass when it begins to rain. But I will tarry, the fool will stay, and let the wise man fly. The knave turns fool which runs away. The fool, no knave, per day.
Where learned you this, fool?
Oh, not eye of stocks, fool.
Deny they to speak with me. They are sick, they are weary, they have traveled all the night. Mere fetches, I the images of revolt and flying off. Fetch me a better answer.
My dear lord, you do know the fiery quality of the Duke, how unremovable and fixed he is in his own course.
Vengeance, place and confusion, fiery. What quality? Why, Gloucester, I'd speak with the Duke of Cornwall and his wife.
My dear lord, I have informed you.
Informed them? Dost thou understand me, man?
Aye, my good lord.
The king would speak with Cornwall. The dear father would with his daughter speak commands. Tens service. Are they in
king's wife, I'd speak with them now, presently. Bid them come forth to hear me, or at their chamber door I'll beat the drum till it cries sleep to dead.
It would have all well betwixt you.
Oh, me, my heart, but down.
Right to his uncle. As the cotton did to the heels when she put him iron piece alive, she nicked him over the stick and cried.
Good morrow to you both.
Hail to your grace.
I'm glad to see you, Highness.
Reagan, I think you are. I know what reason I have to think so, for if you were not, I would divorce myself from my mother's tomb, sepulchring an adulteress. Or are you free? Another time for that. Oh, Reagan, thy sister's not. She hath tied sharp tooth unkindness like a vulture here. You will not believe with what depraved equality, Reagan.
I pray you, sir, take patience. I have hope you left her to value her desert that she can scan.
Hey, how is that?
I cannot in the least think my sister would fail her obligation. If, sir, perchance she hath restrained the riots of your followers, 'tis on such ground which is most wholesome, clears her from all blame.
My curses upon her.
Oh, sir, you are old. Nature mused is on the very verge of its confines. You should be ruled and led by some discretion that serves your sake better than you yourself. Therefore, I pray you that to my sister you do make return. Say you have wronged her, sir.
Apologize to her. Just not but mark how this makes the housewife. What, dear daughter, I confess that I am old. Age is unnecessary. Now on my knees I do beg that thou vouchsafe me some raiment, bed, and food.
Good sir, no more. These are unsightly tricks. Return you to my sister.
Never, Reagan. She hath abated me of half my train, looked black upon me, struck me with her tongue most serpent-like upon the very heart. Oh, would all the curses of heaven fall down upon her. Strike her young bones, you taking airs with blandness.
Fie, sir, fie.
Dark, blinding lightnings into her eyes, you fickle-hearted fiends. Oh, you bed-sucking fall, strong by the powerful sun, infect her beauty to fall with blister.
Oh, the blessed God, so you'll wish on me when the wrath is on.
Reagan, thou'll never have my curse. Your tender-hearted nature will never give you her harshness.
Good sir, to the purpose.
Who put my man in the stocks?
Is your lady come?
Why, this is a slave whose easy borrowed pride dwells in the fickle grace of her he follows. Out, violent of my sight.
What means your grace?
Who put my man in the stocks? Reagan, I have good hopes thou did not know once. Who comes here? Oh, if you do love old men, if your sweet sway give way to obedience, if yourselves be old, make it your cause to take part and help me. Art not ashamed to look upon this beard? Oh, Reagan, wilt thou take her by the hand?
And why not by the hand, sir? How have I offended? All's an offense that a discretion finds, and dotage terms so.
Oh, my sweet sighs, will you yet hold? Who put my man in the stocks?
I sent him there, but his own disorders deserve much less advancement.
You! Did you?
I pray you, sir, being weak seems so. If till the expiration of your month you will return and sojourn with my sister, dismissing half your train, then come you to me. I am now from home, and am out of that provision which shall be needful for your entertainment.
Return to her with 50 men dismissed. Necessity's sharp pinch, return with her. Convince me rather to be slave and subject to this detested crew.
At your choice, sir.
Oh, prithee, daughter, do not make me mad. Very well, I'll no more speak to thee. We'll no more meet. Yet, thou art my flesh, my blood, thou art my daughter. Or rather, thou art a disease that is taken to my flesh that I must needs call mine. Thou art a boil, a plague, or an imposite carbuncle that has taken to my corrupted blood. Nay, I'll not chide thee. I'll let shame come when it will. I can be patient. I can stay with Reagan. I and my 100 knights.
Not altogether so, sir. I looked not yet for your arrival, nor am I provided for your fit welcome. Give ear to my sister. For those that mingle reason with your passion must be content to think you old, and so... But she knows what she does.
Is this well spoken now?
I dare avouch it. What? 50 followers? What need you of more? Yea, or so many? 'Tis both charge and peril speak against so great a number. How in one house can many people under two commands hold amity? 'Tis hard, almost impossible.
Why might not you, my lord, receive tons from those that she calls servants? Or for mine?
Why not, my lord? If anything has been done, control them. If you will come to me for an hour by a danger, bring but 5 and 20 to no more licensed place or provision.
I gave you all.
And in good time you gave it.
Made you my guardians, my depositors, but kept a reservation with such a number as to be followed. What shall I come to you with 5 and 20, Reagan? Said you so.
And speak again, my lord, no more with me.
Those wicked creatures do yet look well favored, when there are others more wicked. Very well, I'll go with thee. Thou 50 doth yet double 5 and 20. Thou art twice her love.
Hear me, my lord. What need you 5 and 20, 10, or 5 and a half following twas in a house where twice the name of man 10 you?
What need one?
Oh, reason not the need. Our basest beggars are in their poorest way superfluous. Allow nature not more than what nature needs, like men's lives no more than beasts. If thou art only go warm where gorgeous, when then nature needs thou art thou gorgeous worse, which scarce keeps thee warm. Oh, but for true need, give me that patience which I need. You see me here now, sweet heaven, a poor old man, full of grief and age, wretched in both. If it be you, dear gods, that you stir these daughters' hearts against their fathers, why fool me not to bear it tamely? Touch me with that noble anger that woman's weapons, water droplets would not stain my men's cheeks. No, you unnatural hags! I will have revenges on you both, that all the world shall. I will do such things. What they are I know not yet, but they will be the terrors of the earth. You think I'll weep? Nay, I'll not weep. I have full cause for weeping, but my heart will break into 100,000 flaws, or ere I'll weep. Oh, fool, I shall go mad.
His own blame hath put himself from rest, and must needs taste his folly.
For his particular, I'll receive him gladly, but not one follower.
As of my purpose. Where is my lord of Gloucester?
Bawled the old man forth. He has returned.
The king is in high rage.
Whither is he going?
He calls to horse, but will I know not whither.
'Tis best to give him away. He leads himself.
My lord, entreat him by no means to stay.
Alack, but the night comes on, and the winds do sorely ruffle. For many miles about there's scarce a bush.
Oh, sir, to wilful men, the injuries that they themselves procure should be their schoolmasters. Shut up your doors. He's attended with a desperate train, and what they might incense him to do, being apt to have his ear abused, wisdom bids fear.
Shut up your doors, my lord. 'Tis a wild night. My Reagan counsels well. Come out, oh, the storm.
against the old kind king or something deeper. Of how unnatural and bemading sorrow the king hath caused to plain, I am a gentleman of blood and breeding, and from some knowledge and assurance offer this office to you.
We shall talk further with you.
No, do not. For confirmation I am much more than my outlaw. Open this purse and take what it contains. If you shall see Cordelia, as fear not, but you shall, show her that ring, and she will tell you who that fellow is which yet you do not know. I will go seek the king.
Give me your hand. Have you no more to say?
Few words, but to the effect more than all yet. That which when we have found the king, and with your pain that way, I'll this. He that first slights on him, hollow the other.
Who's there? Mary, here's grace and a Godspeed. That's a wise man and a fool.
Alas, sir, are you here? Things that love night love not such nights as these. The wrathful skies gallow the very wanderers of the dark and make them keep their caves. Since I was a man, such sheets of fire, such bursts of horrid thunder, such roaring wind and rain I never remember having heard. Man's nature cannot carry the affliction nor the fear.
But the great gods that bring this dreadful putter over our heads find out their enemies now. I, thou wretch, thou undivulged, unwhipped of justice, I be thou the bloody hand, thou perjured and thou a like man of virtue, thou art incestuous. Caitiff to pieces shake that under covert and convenient saving hath practiced upon man's life. Close your pent-up guilt, strive against your conscience, cry out your dreadful summoner's grace. I am a man more sinned against than sinning.
Alack, bareheaded? Gracious, my lord, hard my ears a hovel. Some friendships it will lend me against the tempest. Repose you there while I to this hard house, more harder than the stones whereof 'tis raised, which even but now demanding after you, denied me entrance, return, and forced their scant courtesy.
My wits begin to turn. How now, boy? How dost thou? Art cold. I'm cold myself. Nay, bring us to this hovel. The art of our necessities is strange that doth make vile things precious. My fool and knave, there's a part of my heart that's sorry yet for thee.
He that has little tiny wit, with high-ho the wind and the rain, he will see his fortune sped. For the rain, it raineth every day.
True, my boy. Come, bring us to this hovel.
Alack, Edmund, I like not this unnatural dealing. I desire to leave that I pity him. They took from me the use of mine own house, and charged me on pain of their perpetual displeasure, neither speak of him, entreat for him, nor any way sustain him.
Most savage and unnatural.
Go to, say you nothing. There's a division betwixt the dukes, and a worse matter than that. I have received a letter this night. 'Tis dangerous to be spoken. I have locked the letter in my closet. These injuries the king now bears will be revenged home. There's part of a power already footed. We must incline to the king. I'll look him and privily relieve him. Go you and maintain talk with the duke, that my charity be not of him perceived. If he asks for me, I am ill and gone to bed. Though I die for it, as no less is threatened to me, the king, my old master, must be relieved. There's some strange thing towards Edmund. Pray you, be careful.
This courtesy forbid thee shall the Duke instantly know, and of that letter too. This seems a fair deserving that must draw me, that which my father loses no less than all. The younger rises, when the older doth fall.
Here's the place, my lord. Good, my lord, enter. The tyranny of the open night's too rough for nature to endure.
Let me alone.
Good, my lord, enter here.
Will break my heart.
Rather break mine own.
Nay, get thee in. Seek thine own ease. For this tempest will not give me leave to ponder things that would hurt me more. Nay, my boy, why, get thee in first, you houseless poverty. I'll pray, then I'll sleep. Oh, you poor naked wretches, wheresoe'er you are that bide the pelting of this pitiless storm, all your houseless heads, your unfed sides are looped, and windowed dragons defend thee from seasons such as these. Oh, I have ta'en too little care of this. Take physic, Pom. Expose thyself to a wretch's feel, that thou may shake the surplus to him, and show the heavens more just.
Come out in here, Knuckle. There's a spirit. Help me, help me.
Give me thy hand. Who's there?
A spirit, a spirit. He says his name is Poor Tom.
But I thought that just from Larry the straw. Come forth.
Away! The foul fiend follows me. Through the sharp hawthorn blows the cold wind. Come! Go to thy cold bed and warm thee.
Didst thou give all to thy 2 daughters, and art thou come to this?
Who gives anything to poor Tom, whom the foul fiend hath led through fire and through flame, through ford and whirlpool, or bog and quagmire, that hath laid knives under his pillow and halters in his pew, set ratsbane by his porridge, made him proud of heart to ride on a bay-trotting horse over forest bridges, to course his own shadow for a traitor. Bless thy 5 wets! Tom's a cold. Doty, doty, doty. Bless thee from whirlwind, star blasting and taking. Do poor Tom some charity, whom the foul fiend vexes. There! Could I have enough? And there! And there again! And there!
Boy, hast his 2 daughters brought in this to pass? Wait, wouldst thou give them all? Couldst thou save nothing?
Nay, he reserved a blanket, else we'd all be shamed.
Now all that hangs in the pendulous air and faded o'er men's folks light on thy daughters.
We have no daughter, sir.
Death, traitor! For nothing could bring nature to such aloneness but his unkind daughters. Is it fashion that discarded fathers show this little mercy on their flesh? Oh, judicious punishment! 'Twas that flesh begot on those pelican daughters.
Pillycock sat on a pillycock hill. Allo, allo, woo, woo.
This cold night will turn us all fools and madmen.
Take heed of the foul fiend. Obey thy parents. Keep thy words, justice. Swear not. Commit not with man's sworn spouse. Set not thy sweetheart on proud array. Tom's a cold.
What hast thou been?
A serving man, proud in heart and mind, that curled my hair, wore gloves in my cap, served the lust of my mistress's heart, and did the act of darkness with her, swore as many oaths as I spake words, and broke them into the sweet face of heaven. One that slept in the contriving of lust, and waked to do it.
Why, thou art better in thy grave than to answer with uncovered flesh this extremity of the skies. Is man no more than this? Consider him well. Thou owest the worm no silk, the beast no hide, the sheep no wool, the cat no perfume. Here's 3 on such sophisticated. Thou art the thing itself. Off, you lightning's coming button here.
Prithee, uncle, be contented. 'Tis a naughty night to swim in, now a little fire in a wild field, and like an old leecher's heart, a small spark, all lays rest on bodies cold. Oh, look, here comes a walking flame.
This is the foul fiend flipperty-gibbet. He begins at curfew and walks till the first cock. He gives the web and the pin, squints the eye, and makes the hare lip, mildews the white wheat, and hurts the poor creature of earth. Swivel-footed thrice the old, he met the nightmare in her ninefold, bid her a light, and her trust bright, and a right thee, wench, a right thee.
How fares her grace?
What's he?
Who's there? What is it you seek?
What are you there? Your names?
Poor Tom, who eats the swimming frog, the toad, the tadpole, the walnut, and the water. That, in the fury of his heart, when the foul fiend rages, eats cow dung for salad, swallows the old rat and the ditch dog, drinks the green mantle of the standing pool, who is went from tithing to tithing, and is stark, punished, and imprisoned, who hath had 3 suits to his back, 6 shirts to his body, horse to ride, and weapon to wear, but mice and rats and such small deer have been Tom's food for 7 long years. Beware, my follower! Peace smoking! Peace thou fiend!
What, hath your grace no better company?
The prince of darkness is a gentleman. Modo he's called, and Mahu.
Our flesh and blood, my lord, is grown so vile it doth hate which gets it.
Poor Tom's a cold.
Come in with me. My duty cannot suffer to obey all your daughter's hard commands. That their injunction be to bar my doors, let the tyrannous night take hold upon you. Yet if I come to seek you out, and bring you to her both fire and food is ready.
I will speak a minute with this learned philosopher. What is the cause of thunder?
Could my lord take his offer, go into the house?
I'll talk a moment with this same learned Theban. What is your study?
How to prevent the fiend and to kill vermin.
I'll speak a minute with you in private.
Importune him to go once more, my lord, his wits begin to unsettle.
Canst thou blame him? His daughters seek his death. Ah, the good Kent. He said it would be thus, poor banished man. Thou sayest the king grows mad. I'll tell thee, friend, I am almost mad myself. I had a son, now outlawed from my blood. He sought my life, but lately, very late. I loved him, friend, no father his son dearer. Truth to tell thee, the grief hath crazed my wits. What a night's this! You beseech your grace.
Oh, cry you mercy, sir. Good philosopher.
Poor Tom's a cold.
No fellow, there, into the hovel, get thee warm.
Come, let's in all.
This way, my lord.
With him. I will keep still with my philosopher.
Good my lord, he's off, let him go.
Take him you on.
This way, my lord. Come along with us.
Come, good Athenian.
No words, hush.
Child Roman to the Dark Tower came. His word was still 5 forward thumb. I smell the blood of a British man.
How
nature thus gives way to loyalty, something fears me to think of.
I now perceive it was not altogether your brother's evil disposition to make him to seek out his death, for a provoking merit set at work by a reprovable badness in himself.
How malicious is my fortune that I must repent to be just. Here's the letter he spoke of that approves of an intelligence party to the advantages of France. Oh heavens, that the treason were not, or not I, the detector.
Go with me to the Duchess.
If the matter on this paper were certain, then you have mighty business at hand.
True or false, that hath made thee Earl of Gloucester. Seek out where thy father is, that he may be ready for our apprehension.
If I found him comforting the king, that would stop the suspicion more fully. I will preserve the course of loyalty, though that conflict be sore between that and my blood.
I will lay trust upon thee, and thou shalt find a dear father in my love.
Here is better than the open air. Take it thankfully. I will piece out the comfort with what additions I can. I will not be long from you.
All the power of his wits have given way to his impatience. The gods reward your kindness.
Frateretto calls me and tells me Nero is an angler in the lake of darkness. Pray, innocent, and beware the foul fiend.
Prithee, nuncle, tell me whether a madman be a gentleman or a yeoman.
A king.
No, he's a yeoman that has his son a gentleman. For he's a mad yeoman that sees his son a gentleman before him.
To have 1,000 with red burning spits come hissing in upon him.
The foul fiend bites my back.
He's mad that trusts in the tameness of a wolf, a horse's health, a boy's love, or a whore's oath.
It shall be done. I will arraign them straight. Come, sit thou here, most learned justice. Thou sacred, sir, sit you too. Now you, she-foxes,
look where he stands and glares. Want'st thou eyes at trial, madam? Come o'er the bird, Bessie to me.
Her boat hath a leak, and she must not speak why she dares not come over to thee.
The foul fiend haunts poor Tom in the voice of a nightingale. Competence cries in Tom's belly for 2 white herring. Croak not, Black Angel! I have no food for thee!
How do you, sir? Stand you not so amazed? Will you lie and rest upon the cushions?
I'll see their trial first. Bring in the evidence. Robed man of justice, take thy place. Thou, his yoke fellow of equity, bench by his side. You are, the commission, sit you too.
Let us deal justly.
Arraign her first. 'Tis Goneril. I here take my oath before this honorable assembly. She kicked the poor king, her father.
Come hither, mistress. Is your name Goneril?
She cannot deny it.
Ah, you mercy. I took her for a joint stool.
And here's one whose one looks do proclaim what store her heart is made of. Stop it there, hearts start fighting corruption in the place. False justice, or why has the letter escaped?
Bless thy 5 wets!
Oh, pity, sir, where is the patience now that thou so oft have boasted to retain?
My tears take his part so much. They mar my counterfeiting.
The 3 dogs and all, Trey, Blanche, and Sweetheart, see they bark at me.
Poor Tom will throw his head at them. Avaunt, you curs! Though do-dee. Sessa! Come! March to wakes and fairs in market towns. Poor Tom, thy horn is dry.
I'll let them anatomize Reagan. See what breeds upon her hard heart. Is there any cause in nature that does make these hard hearts? You, sir, I do entertain you for one of my 100. Only, I do not like the fashion of your garments. You will say they are Persian attire, but let them be changed.
Oh, good my lord, will you lie here and rest a while?
Make no noise. Make no noise. Draw the curtains. So. We'll go to supper in the morning. So.
And I'll go to bed at noon.
Come hither, friend. Where is the king, my master?
In here, but trouble him not. His wits are gone.
Good friend, I prithee take him in thy arms. I have overheard a plot of death upon him. There's a litter ready. They him in it and drive towards Dover, friend. Thou shalt meet both welcome and protection. If thou shouldest dally half an hour, his life with thine and all that offer to defend him stand an assured loss. Take up, and follow me, that will to some provision give thee quick conduct.
Oppressed nature sleeps. Thou must not stay behind.
Come away.
When we are betters see bearing our woes, we scarcely think our miseries are foes. Who alone suffers most in the mind. What will happen tonight? Safe scape the king. Lurk.
Post speedily to my lord, your husband. Give him this letter. The army of France has landed. Seek out the traitor Gloucester.
Take him instantly.
Pluck out his eyes.
Leave him to my displeasure. Edmund, keep you our sister company. The revenges we are bound to take upon your treacherous father are not fit for your beholding. Advise the Duke where you're going. To most festinate preparation. We are bound to alike. Our post shall be swift and intelligent betwixt us. Farewell, dear sister. Farewell, my lord of Gloucester. How now? Where's the king?
My lord of Gloucester hath conveyed him hence. Some 5 or 6 of his knights, hot questress after him, met him at gate, who with some other of the lord's dependents are gone with him towards Dover, where they boast to have many well-armed friends.
Get horses for your mistress.
Farewell, my lord. Farewell, sweet sister.
Edmund, farewell. Seek out the traitor Gloucester. Pinion him like a thief. Bring him before us. Though well we may not pass upon his life without a form of justice, yet our power shall do courtesy to our wrath, which men may blame but not control. Who's there? The traitor?
Ungrateful fox, 'tis he.
Bind fast his corky arms.
What mean your graces? Good my friends, consider you are my guests. Do me no foul play, friends.
Bind him, I say.
Hard, O filthy traitor.
Unmerciful lady as you are, I'm none.
There, bind him, villain, thou shalt find.
By the kind gods, 'tis most ignobly done to pluck me by the hair.
So white and such a traitor.
Naughty lady, these hairs which thou dost ravish from my head will quicken and accuse thee. I am your host. With robbers' hands my hospitable favors you should not ruffle thus. What will you do?
Come, sir, what letters had you late from France?
Be simple answered, for we know the truth.
And what confederacy had you with the traitors, late-footed in the kingdom?
To whose hands have you sent the lunatic king? Speak.
I have a letter guessingly set down, which came from one of a neutral part, not from one opposed.
Cunning.
And false.
see thy cruel nails pluck out his poor old eyes, nor thy fierce sister his anointed flesh dig boorish veins. The sea, in such a storm as this bear held in the hell-black night endured, would have buoyed up and quenched the stellar fires. Had a wolf at thy gates howled that stern time, thou shouldst have said, Good porter, turn the key, all cruel zeal subscribed. But I will see the wicked vengeance overtake such children.
Seest, thou shalt never. Fellows, hold him there. Upon these eyes of thine, I'll set my foot.
He that would make the live to leave the old give me some help. Oh, cruel! Oh, you gods!
One side will mock another, the other two.
If you see vengeance.
Hold your hand, my lord, for I have served you ever since I was a child, but better service have I never done than now to bid you hold.
Oh, now, you dog!
If you did wear a beard upon your chin, I'd shake it on this quarrel. What do you mean?
My villain!
Nay then, come and take the chance of anger.
Give me thy sword, peasant, stand up thus.
I am slain. My lord, you have one eye left to see some mischief on him.
Blessed Seymour, prevent it. Out, vile jelly! Where's thy luster now?
All dark and comfortless. Where is my son Edmund? Edmund, the kindle of sparks nature, quit this horrid act!
Out, treacherous villain, thou call'st on him that hates thee. 'Twas he who made the overtures of thy treasons to us, who is too good to pity thee.
Oh, my follies, that Edgar was abused. Kind gods, forgive me the act and prosper him.
Go thrust him out the gates, let him smell his way to Dover.
How is my lord? How look you? I received a hurt. Help me, lady. Turn out that eyeless villain. Throw the slave upon dunghill. Reagan, I bleed apace. Untimely comes his hurt. Give me your arm.
I'll never care what wickedness I do if this may come to good.
If she live long, and in the end meet the old course of death, woman Walton Munsters.
Let's follow the old earl and get the bedlamp, lead him where he would. His roguish madness allows itself to anything.
Go thou. I'll fetch some flax and light eggs to apply to his bleeding face. Now heaven help him.
Who comes here? My father? Poorly led? World, world, oh world! But that thy strange mutations make us hate thee. Life would not yield to age.
Oh my good lord, I have been your tenant and your father's tenant these 80 years.
Away, get thee away. Good friend, be gone. Thy comforts can do me no good at all. Thee they may harm.
But alack, sir, you cannot see your way.
I have no way, and therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw. Full oft is seen our means secure us, and our near defects prove our commodities. Oh, dear son Edgar, food of thy abused father's wrath. If I could but live to see thee in my touch, I'd say I had eyes again.
How now? Who's there?
Oh, gods! Who is it can say, I am at the worst? I am worse than e'er I was.
'Tis poor mad Tom.
And worse I may be yet. The worst is not, so long as we can say, this is the worst.
Fellow, where goest?
Is it a beggar man?
Madman and beggar too.
He has some reason, else he could not beg. In the last night's storm I such a fellow saw, and made me think a man a worm. My son came then into my mind, and yet my mind was then scarce friends with him. I have seen more sense. As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport.
How should this be? Pat is the trade that must play fool to sorrow, angering itself and others. Bless thee, master!
Is it the naked fellow?
Aye, my lord.
Then prithee, get thee gone. If for my sake thou wilt overtake us hence a mile or twain in the way towards Dover. Do it for ancient love. bring some coverings for the naked soul, which I'll entreat to lead me.
But alack, sir, he's mad.
'Tis the time's plague when the madman lead the blind. Do as I bid thee. Rather, do thy pleasure. Above the rest, be gone.
I'll bring him the best pearl I have, come on to what will.
Sirrah, naked fellow.
Poor Tom's cold. I cannot daub it any further.
Come hither, fellow.
And yet I must. Bless thy sweet eyes, they bleed.
Knowest thou the way towards Dover?
Both stile and gate, horseway and footpath. Poor Tom hath been scared out of his good wits. Bless thee, good man's son, from the foul fiend. 5 fiends have been in poor Tom at once. Of lust has Obidicate, Habadidance, prince of dumbness, Mahu of stealing, Modo of murder, Flibbertigibbet of mopping and mowing, who since possesses chambermaids and waiting women. So bless thee, master.
Here, take this purse, thou whomst the heavens' plagues have humbled beyond all strokes. That I am wretched makes thee the happier. Heavens, deal so still, that the superfluous and lust-dieted man that slaves your ordinance, that will not see because he doth not feel your power quickly. As distribution shall undo excess, and each man have enough. Dost thou know Dover?
Aye, master.
There is a cliff whose high and bending head looks fearfully over the confined deep. Bring me but to the very brim of it, and I'll repay the miseries thou dost bear with something rich about me. From that place I show no leading need.
Give me thy arm. Poor Tom shall lead thee.
Welcome, my lord. I marvel our mild husband not met us on the way. How now? Where's your master?
Madam, within, but never ran so changed. I told him of the army that was landed. He smiled at it. I told him you were coming. His answer was, the worst. Of all Gloucester's treachery and of the loyal services of his son, when I informed him that he called me sot and told me I had turned the wrong side out. What most he should dislike seems pleasant to him. What like offensive?
Then shall you go no further. It is the cowish terror of his spirits that dares not undertake. He'll not feel wrongs which tie him to an answer. Our wishes on the way may prove effects. Back, Edmund, to my brother. Hasten his musters and conduct his powers. I must change arms at home and give the distaff into my husband's hands. This trusty servant shall pass between us. Ere long, you are like to hear. If you dare venture on your own behalf, a mistress's command. Wear this, spare speech, decline your head. This kiss, if it dare speak, would stretch thy spirits into the air. Conceive and fare thee well.
Yours in the ranks of death.
My most dear Gloucester, oh, the difference of man and man to thee, O woman's services are due. My fool usurps my body.
Madam, here comes my lord.
I have been worth the whistle.
Oh, Goneril, you are not worth the dust which the road wind blows in your face. I fear your disposition, that nature which contends its origin cannot be certain in itself. She that must sliver and is branch from her material sap must wither and come to deadly use.
No more, the text is foolish.
Wisdom and goodness to the vile seem vile, filth savors but themselves. What have you done? Tigers, not daughters. What have you performed? A father, a gracious aged man, whose reverence eating the head looked bare with lip, most barbarous, most degenerate. Have you medded? Could my good brother suffer you to do it? A man, a prince, by him so benefited. If the heavens do not show their visible spirit,
Humanity must perforce prey upon itself like monsters of the deep.
Milk-livered man that bears a cheek for blows, a head for wrongs, who hast not in thy brow an eye discerning, thine honor from thy suffering, that not knowest. Fools, do those villains pity who are punished ere they have done their mischief. Where's thy drum? France spreads his banners in your noiseless land. With plume, hound thy slayer threats, while thou, a moral fool, sittest still and cries, alack, why is he so?
See thyself, devil! Proper deformity shows itself not in the form so horrid as in a woman.
O vain fool!
Thou changed in self-covering thing for shame, but monster not thy feature. Were it my fitness, let these hands obey my blood. They are adept enough to dislocate and tear thy flesh and bone. Or thou art a fiend, a woman-shaped doth shield thee.
Marry thy manhood. Mew!
You devil, you... What news?
Oh my good lord, the Duke of Cornwall is dead, slain by a servant going to put out the other eye of Gloucester.
Gloucester's eyes.
A servant that he bred, thrilled with remorse, opposed against the act, bending his sword to his great master, who there enraged flew on him, and amongst him felled him dead, but not without that harmful stroke which since hath plucked him after.
This shows that you are above. You justicers that these neither are crimes so speedily can venge. But poor Gloucester, lost his other eye.
Both, my lord. This letter, madam, craves a speedy answer. It is from your sister.
One way I like this well, but being widow and my Gloucester with her, may all the building in my fancy pluck upon my hateful life. Another way, this news is not so tart. I'll read and answer.
Where was the sun when they did take his eyes?
Come with my lady hither.
He is not here.
No, my good lord, I made him back again.
Knows he the wickedness?
I, my good lord, was he informed against the act and left the house on purpose, that their punishment may have the freer course.
Gloucester, I live to thank thee for the love thou showest the king, and revenge to thine eyes. Come hither, friend, though we want more thou knowest.
Speak not with your lord at home.
No, madam.
What might implore my sister's letter to him?
I know not, lady.
Faith, he hath posted hence on a serious matter. It was great ignorance, Gloucester's eyes being out to let him live. Where he arrives, he moves all hearts against us. Edmund, I think, is gone in pity of his misery to dispatch him this night of life. Moreover, to descry the strength of the enemies.
Madam, I must needs after him with my letter.
Our troops set forth tomorrow. Stay with us. The ways are dangerous.
I may not, madam. My lady hath charged my duty in this business.
Why should she write to Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes by word? He likes some things. I know not what. I'll love thee much. Let me unseal the letter.
Madam, I had rather...
I know your lady does not love her husband. I am sure of that. And at her late being here, she gave strange obeisances and most speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know you are of her bosom.
I, madam?
I speak and understand you. You are, I know it. Therefore, I do advise you take this note. My lord is dead.
eminently I have talked, and more convenient is he for my hand than that of your ladies. You may gather more. If you do find him, pray you, give him this. And when your lady hears thus much of this from you, pray her desire her call her wisdom. So, fare thee well. If you do chance on that blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off.
When I could meet him, madam, I should show which party I can follow.
Fare thee well.
When should we come to the top of that same hill?
You do climb up it now. Look how we labor.
Methinks the ground is even.
Horrible steep. Hark, do you hear the sea?
No, truly.
Why then, your other senses grow imperfect by your eyes' anguish.
So it may be indeed. Methinks thy voice is altered, that thou speakest in better manner and phrase than thou didst.
You're much deceived. In nothing am I changed but in my garments.
Methinks you're better spoken.
Come on, sir. Here's the place. Stand still. How fearful! I'll look no more, lest my brain turn in a deficient sight topple down headlong.
Set me where you stand.
Give me your hand. You are now within a foot of the extreme verge. For all beneath the moon would I not leap upright.
Let go my hand. Here's a purse, and to do a well worth a poor man's taking. Carrying God's prospered with thee. Now, go thou further off. Bid me farewell, and let me hear thee going.
Now, fare you well, good sir.
With all my heart.
Why have you trifled thus with his despair? It was done to cure it.
Oh, you mighty gods! This world I do renounce, and in your sight shake patiently my great afflictions off. If I could bear it longer, not fall to quarrel with your great opposeless wills, and my snuff and loathed part of nature should burn itself out. If Edgar live, oh bless him! Now, fellow, fare thee well.
Gone, sir. Farewell. And yet I know not how conceit may rob the treasury of life, when life itself yields to the theft. Had he been where he thought? By this had thought been past. Alive or dead? Ho, you, sir! Friend, hear you! Sir, speak! Thus he might pass indeed. Yet he revives. What are you, sir?
Pray and let me die! Alas, I have no eyes. This wretched is deprived of benefit to end himself by death!
Give me thy arm. Up! So, how is it? Feel you your legs? You stand.
Too well, too well.
This is above all strangeness. Upon the crown of the cliff, what thing was that which parted from you?
A poor, unfortunate beggar.
Oh. As I stood here below, methought his eyes were 2 full moons. He had 1,000 noses. Horns whelped and waved like the enraged sea. It was some fiend. Therefore, thou happy father, think that the clearest of gods, who make them honors of men's impossibilities, have preserved thee.
I do remember now. Henceforth I'll bear affliction till the dew cry out itself, enough, enough, and die. That thing you speak of, I took it for a man. 'Twould often say the fiend, he led me to that place.
Bear free and patient thoughts. But who comes here? The safest sense will ne'er culminate as master does.
No, they cannot touch me for coining. I am the king himself.
Oh, thou side-piercing sight.
Nature's above art in that respect.
I know that voice.
Goneril with a white beard, Reagan. Why, they told me I had white hairs in my beard and the black ones were there. To say I and no to everything that I say I and no to is no good divinity. Why, when the rain came to wet me once from the wind to chatter my bones, when the thunder would not seize at my bidding, there I found them, there I smelled them out. No, they are not men of their words. They told me I was everything. It's a lie. I am not untrue.
The trick of that voice I do well remember. Is it not the king?
I, every inch your king. When I do stare, see how the subject quakes. I pardon that man's life. What was thy cause? Adultery? Thou shalt not die for adultery. Die for adultery, why no? When the rain goes to it, and the small to the fly, a pleasure in my sight. Let population thrive, for Gloucester's bastard child was ever kinder to him than my daughters. My daughters set between the lawful sheets, this vengeance, this plague, this the selfish pit, violence, death, confusion, fine. Give me an ounce of civet, good apothecary, to sweeten my imagination. There's money for thee.
Oh, let me kiss that hand.
I'll wipe it first. It smells of mortality.
Oh, ruined piece of nature. This world shall so wear out to naught. Dost thou know me?
I remember thine eyes well enough. Dost thou squinty at me? Nay, do thy worst, blind Cupid, I'll not love. Read thou but this letter, mark but the penning of it.
Were all thy letters sons, I cannot see one.
I would not take this from report. It is, and my heart breaks at it.
Read.
What with the case of eyes?
Oh, dost thou go there with me? No eyes in your head, nor no money in your purse. Your eyes in a heavy case, your personal light. Yet you see how this world goes.
I see it feelingly.
What? Art mad? A man may say how this world goes without case of eyes. Look with thine ears. See how yon justice rails upon yon simple thief. Hearken thine ear, change places, and handy-dandy, which is the justice, which is the thief. Thou hast seen a farmer's dog bark at a beggar.
Aye, sir.
And the creature run from the cur. There thou mightest behold the great image of authority, a dog's obeyed in office. Take that of me, my friend, who have the power to seal the accuser's lips. Why, get thee glass eyes and, like a scurvy politician, pretend to see the things that thou dost not.
Oh, matter and impertinency mixed. Reason and madness.
Why, thou wilt weep thy fortunes, like, take my eyes. I know thy name. Thou art Gloucester. Why, you must be patient, sir. We came crying hither. Thou knowest how when we first smell the air, we wail and cry. I'll preach to thee, mark me.
Alack the day.
When we are born, we do cry to come to this great stage of fools. Why, this is a good block. It were a delicate stratagem to shoe a troop of horse with felt out. I'll put it in proof. And when I have stolen upon those sons-in-laws, I chow.
Sir, you must need a daughter.
What? No rescue? Prisoner. I'm even the natural fool of fortune. Use me well. You shalt have ransom. But give me a surgeon. I am cut to the brains.
You shall have anything.
What? No seconds? All myself. This would make a man of salt. Uses his eyes as garden water pots, aye, and laying autumn's dust.
Good sir.
No. I will die bravely, like a smug bridegroom. What? I will be jovial. I'm a king, my masters, know you that.
You're a royal one, and we obey you.
Then there's life in yet, and if you get it, you shall get it by running. Stop.
A most pitiful sight in the meanest French, as speaking upon in a king. Thou hast a daughter whose redeems nature from the general curse which twain has brought her to.
Hail, gentle sir!
Sir, speed you. What is your will?
Do you hear aught, sir, of a battle torn?
Most sure and vulgar. All hears that which can distinguish sound.
But, by your favor, how near's the other army?
Near and on speedy foot. The mainest cry doth stand on the hourly thought.
I thank you, sir. That's all.
Though on special cause the queen is here, her army is moved on.
I thank you.
Oh, you ever-natural gods, take my breath from me. Let not my worst spirit tempt me again to die before you please.
Well, pray you, father.
No, then what are you?
A most poor man, made tame to fortune's blows, who, by the art of known and feeling sorrows, am pregnant to good pity. Give me thy hand, I'll lead thee to some biding.
Hearty thanks, the bounty and medicine of heaven to boot and boot.
A proclaimed pride, most happy, that eyeless head of thine was first framed flesh to raise my fortunes. Thou old unhappy traitor, briefly thyself remember. The sword is out that must destroy thee.
No, that thy friendly hand with strength enough to it.
Wherefore, bold peasant, durst thou go supporting a published traitor? Hence, thus doth the infection of his fortune take like hold on thee. Let go his arm.
She'd not let go, sir, without fornication.
Let go, slave, or thou diest.
Good gentlemen, go your gate, and let poor folk pass. And shoot the men swaggered out of my life, 'twould not have been so long as these by a fortnight. Nay, come not near the old man. Keep out, Shamoria, or I try whether your custard or my bellow be the harder. Shall be plain with you, sir.
Out, dunghill!
Shall pick your teeth, sir. Come, no matter for your fortunes.
Slay me, villain, take thy purse. If ever thou wilt ride, bury my body, and give the letters which set thy stomach to Edwin, Earl of Gloucester. Seek him out upon the British party. Oh, untimely death!
I know thee well. A serviceable villain, as duteous to the vices of thy mistress as badness would desire.
What does he dread?
Sit you down, father. Rest you. Let's see these pockets. The letters he speaks of may be my friend's. He's dead. I'm only sorry he had no other deathsman. Let us see. Leave gentle wax and manners blame us not. To know our enemies' minds, we rip their hearts. Their papers is more lawful. Let our reciprocal vows be remembered. You have many opportunities to cut them off. If your will want not, time and place will be fruitfully offered. There is nothing done if you return the conqueror. And am I the prisoner, in his bed my jail? From the loathed warmth whereof deliver me, and supply the place of your labor. Your wife, so I would say, affectionate servant, and for you, her own for venture. Goneril? woman's will. A plot upon her virtuous husband's life, and the exchange my brother? Here in the post, here in the sands the yell rake up, the post unsanctified of murderous lectures. And in the mature time of this ungracious paper strike the sight of the death practice due. For him 'tis well that of thy death and business I can tell.
King mad. How stiff is my vital sense, and I stand up and have an easy feeling of my huge suffering. But I were distracted, that my thoughts were severed from my grief, and my woes by wrong imagination through the knowledge of themselves.
Give me thy hat. Far off methinks I hear the beating drum. Come, father. I'll bestow you with a friend.
O thou good Kent, how should I live and work to repay thy goodness? My life will be too short, and my every measure shall fail me.
To be acknowledged, madam, is overpaid. All my reports go with the modest truth, no more nor clipped, but so.
Be better suited. These weeds are memories of worser hours. I prithee, put them off.
Pardon, dear princess. Yet to be known shortens my made intent. My boon I make it, you know me not, till time and I think meets.
Be it so, my good lord. How does the king?
Madam sleeps still.
Oh, you unkind gods. Cure this great breach in his abused nature, the untuned and jarring senses. Oh, wind up of this child-changed father.
So please your majesty that we may wake the king, he hath slept long.
Be governed by your own knowledge. I have the sway of your will. Is he arrayed?
Aye, madam. In the heaviness of his sleep, we have put fresh garments on him.
Be by, good madam, when we do awake him, I doubt not of his temperance.
Very well.
Please you, draw near. Louder the music there.
Oh, dear father, let restoration hang thy medicine on my lips, and this kiss repair those violent harms my two sisters have in my reverence made.
Kind and dear princess.
Had you not been their father, these white flakes had challenged pity of them. Is this a face to be opposed against the warring wind, to stand against the deep tread-bolted thunder, in the most terrible and nimble stroke of quick-crossed lightning? To watch, poor Purdue, mine enemy's dog, though he had bit me, should have stood that night against my fire. And wast thou fain, poor father, to huddle thee in swine and rope forlorn, in short and musty straw? Alack, alack, 'tis wonder that thy life and wits had not concluded yet. He wakes, speak to him.
Madam, do you, 'tis fittest.
How does my royal lord? How fares your majesty?
You do me great wrong to wake me from the grave. Thou art but a soul in bliss, while I am bound upon a wheel of fire. For mine own tears should scald like molten lead.
Sir, do you know me?
You are a spirit, I know.
Still far wide.
He is scarce awake. Let him alone a while.
Where am I? Where have I been? Fair daylight. Oh, I am mightily abused. I would even die with pity than to see another thus. I know not what to say. I would not swear these are my hands. Let's see. I feel this pinprick. Oh, would I were assured of my condition.
Oh, look upon me, sir, and hold thy hands in benediction o'er me. No, sir, you mustn't kneel.
They do not mock me. I am but a poor old man, 80 and upwards, not an hour more nor less. And to put it plainly, I fear I'm not in perfect mind. For methinks I should know both you and this gentleman. But I am doubtful. For I am mainly ignorant of what place this is. And for all my skill, I cannot remember these garments. Nor I know not where I did lodge last night. Do not laugh, for as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child, Cordelia.
So I am.
Pray, are your tears wet? This faith, weep not. If you have poison for me, I'll drink it. I know you do not love me. If I remember correct, your sisters have done me wrong. You have reason. They have none.
No cause.
Am I in France?
In your own kingdom, sir.
Do not abuse me.
Be comforted, good madam. The great rage you see is killed in him, and yet it is danger to make him even o'er the time he has lost. Desire him to go in. Trouble him no more till further settling.
Will please your highness walk.
You must bear with me. Pray you, forgive and forget. I am but a foolish old man.
Holds true, sir, that the Duke of Cornwall was so slain.
Most certain, sir.
But who is conductor of his people?
As 'tis said, the bastard son of Gloucester.
They say that his banished son, Edgar, is with the Earl of Kent in Germany.
Report is changeable. 'Tis time to look about. The powers of the kingdom approach apace.
Your arbitrament is like to be bloody. Fare you well, sir.
My point and period will be thoroughly wrought, or well or ill as this day's battles fought.
Know of the Duke of his last purpose holder, whether since he is advised by aught to change the course. He's full of alteration and self-reproving. Bring his constant pleasure.
Our sister's nag certainly miscarried.
'Tis to be doubted, madam.
Now, my sweet lord, you know the goodness I intend upon you. Tell me but truly, but then speak the truth. Do you not love my sister?
An honored love.
But have you never found my brother's way to the forfeited place?
That thought abuses you.
I'm doubtful you have been bosomed in contact with her as far as we call hers.
No, by mine honor, madam.
I never shall endure her. Do you, my sweet lord, be not familiar with her?
Fear me not. She and the Duke her husband.
I'd rather lose the battle than ask sister to lose in him and me.
Our very loving sister, welcome in. Sir, this I hear. The king has gone to his daughter with others whom the rigor of our state forced to cry out. For I cannot be honest, I never yet was valiant. For this business, it touches us as France invades our land, not boasts the king, with others whom I fear most just and heavy make oppose.
Sir, you speak nobly.
Why is this reasoned?
To combine together against the enemy. For these domestic and particular broils are not the question here.
We shall make with the ancient of war on our proceedings.
I shall attend you presently at your tent.
Sister, you'll go with us.
No.
'Tis most convenient. Pray you, go with us.
Oh, I know the riddle. I will go.
If I no grace had speech with man so poor, hear me one word.
I'll overtake you. Speak.
Before you fight the battle, open this letter. If you have victory, let but the horn sound for him that brought it. Wretched though I seem, I can produce a champion that will prove what is avouched there. If you miscarry, your business of the world hath so an end, and machination ceases. Fortune love you.
Stay till I've read the letter.
I was forbidden. When time shall serve, let but the herald cry, and I'll appear again.
Why, fare thee well. I'll o'erlook thy paper.
The enemy is in view. Draw up your powers. Here is a guess of their true strength and forces by diligent discovery, but your haste is now urged on you.
We will greet thee time.
To both these sisters have I sworn my love, each jealous of the other as the stung are of the adder. Which of them shall I choose? Both, one, or neither? Neither can be enjoyed if both remain alive.
thy house, come on!
No further, sir. Man may rot even here.
What? In ill thoughts? Men must endure their going hence, even as they're coming hither. Rightness is all. Come on.
And that's true too.
Some officers, take them away. Good God, and to the greater pleasure first be known that are to censor them.
We are not the first that with the best meaning have incurred the worst. For thee, oppressed king, I am cast down. Myself could outfrown a false fortune's frown. Shall we not see these daughters and these sisters?
Come, Cordelia, let's away to prison. We two alone will sing like birds in the cave.
Take them away!
Upon such sacrifices, my dear Cordelia, the gods themselves do throw incense. Have I caught thee? Why, he that shall part us will bring a brand of heaven and fire sense like boxes. Wipe thine eyes. The good years will devour them flesh and foul, ere they'll make us weak. We'll see them starve first. Come.
Come hither, Captain. Hark. Take thou this note, go follow them to prison. One step I have advanced thee. If thou dost as this instructs thee, thou dost make thy way to noble fortunes. Know thou this, that man ours the time is to be tender-minded, does not become a sword, to greater employment will not bear question. Sayst thou do it or thrive by other means?
I'll do it, my lord.
About it, right happy when thou hast done, mark, I say instantly, and carry it so as I have set it down.
I cannot draw a part, nor eat dried oats. If it be a man's work, I'll do it.
Sir, you've shown today your valiant strength, and fortune led you well. You have the captives that were opposites of today's strife, and do require them of you, as their safety and their merits will equally determine.
Sir, I thought it fit to send the old and miserable king to some retention and appointed guard, whose age has charms in it, whose title more, to pluck the common bosom of his side, turn our impressed lances in our eyes which do command them. With him I send the queen, my reasons are all the same, and they are ready tonight, or at further space it will appear, where you shall hold your session. At this time we sweat and bleed. The friend hath lost his friend, and the best quarrels in the heat are cursed by those that felt their sharpness.
I hold you but a subject of this war, not as a brother.
That's as we list to grace. Methinks our pleasures might have been demanded ere you had spoke so far. He has led our troops for his commission of my place in person, the which immediacy you may soon send up and call itself your brother.
Not so hot in his own grace. He doth exalt himself more so than in your edition.
In my rights by me invested, he can pierce the best.
That would be the most if he should husband you.
Jesters do oft prove prophets.
The eye that told you so looked but a squint.
Lady, I am not well, else I should answer from a full-flowing stomach. General, take thou my soldiers, my prisoners, my patrimony. Dispose of them, of me. The walls is thine. Witness the world that I create thee here, my lord and master.
Mean you to enjoy him.
The little alone lies not in your goodwill,
nor in thine, lord.
Half-blooded fellow, yes.
Let the drums strike and prove my title thine.
Stay yet. Hear reason. Edmund, I arrest thee on capital treason, and that I take this gilded serpent. For your claims, fair sister, I bar them in the interest of my wife. 'Tis she so contracted to this lord, and I, her husband, contradict your bans. You must marry, make your loves to me. My lady is bespoke.
An interlude.
Thou art armed, Gloucester. Let the horn sound. If none appear to prove upon thy heinous manifest and many treasons, there is my pledge. Here I tell thee, spread, thou art nothing less than I proclaim thee.
Sick, oh sick. If not, I'll meritorious medicine.
There's my exchange. Who in the world is he that names me traitor? Villain like he lies, call by thy horn. He that dares approach on him, on you who not. I will maintain my truth and honor firmly.
A herald, ho!
A herald, ho, a herald!
Trust in thy single virtue. All soldiers levied in my name have in my name taken their discharge.
I say, mistress, upon me,
She is not well. Convey her to my tent. Come hither, herald. Let the horn sound and read this out.
Sound horn. If any man of quality or degree within the lists of the army will maintain upon Edmund, supposed Earl of Gloucester, that he's a manifold traitor, let him appear by the third sound of the horn. He is bold in his defense.
Sound!
Again! Again!
Ask him his purposes, why he appears upon this call of the trumpet.
What are you, your name, your quality, and why you answer this present summons?
No, my name is lost. By treason's tooth bare gnawn and cankerbit. Yet am I noble as the adversary I come to cope.
Which is this adversary?
What's he that speaks for Edmund, Earl of Gloucester?
Himself, who sayest thou?
Draw thy sword, that if my speech offend a noble heart, thy arm may do thee justice. Here is mine. Behold, it is my privilege, the privilege of mine honors, my oath, and my profession. Thou art a traitor, a most toad-spotted traitor.
In wisdom, I should ask thy name, but since thy outside looks so fair and warlike, what safe and nicely I might well delay. By rule of knighthood, I disdain and spurn. Back do I toss these treasons to thy head, with a hell-hated lie overwhelm thy heart, for they yet glance by and scarcely bruise. This sword of mine shall give them instant way, or they shall rest forever. Horns, speak! Ah! Ah!
Shut thy mouth, then, or with this paper I shall stop it. Hold, sir, thou worst in any name. Read thine own evil. Nay, no, tearing lady, I perceive you know.
Say if I do, the laws are mine, not thine. Who can arraign me for
Most
it?
monstrous! Oh! Knowest thou that paper?
Ask me not what I know.
She's desperate. Go after her. Governor.
What you have charged me with, that I have done. And more, much more, that time will bring it out. 'Tis past, and so am I. Well, what art thou, that haste this fortune on me? Thou art noble, I do forgive thee.
Let's exchange charity. I am no less in blood than thou art, Edmund. And more, the more thou hast wronged me. My name is Edgar, and thy father's son. Gods are just, and of our pleasant vices make instruments to plague us. The dark and vicious place where thee he got cost him his eyes.
Thou hast spoken right. 'Tis true, the wheels come full circle. I am here.
I thought thy very gait did prophesy royal nobleness. I must embrace thee. That sorrow split my heart forever if I did hate thee or thy father.
Worthy prince, I know it.
Where have you hid yourself all of this time? How have you known the miseries of your father?
By nursing them, my lord. List a brief tale, and when 'tis told, oh, that my heart would burst. The bloody proclamation to escape that followed me so near. Oh, our lives' sweetness, that we the pain of death would hourly die rather than die at once, taught me to shift into a madman's rags, to assume a semblance that very dogs disdain. And in this habit met I my father with his bleeding rings. their precious stones you lost. Became his guide, led him, begged for him, saved him from despair. Never, oh, fault, revealed myself unto him until some half hour passed when I was armed. Not sure, though hoping of this good success, I asked his blessing, and from first to last, told him our pilgrimage. With his flawed heart, alack, too weak the conflict to support, two extremes of passion, joy and grief, burst smilingly.
This speech of yours hath moved me. It shall perchance do you good. But speak you on, you look as you had something more to say.
If there be more woeful, hold it in, for I'm almost ready to dissolve hearing of this.
This would have seemed a period to such as love, not sorrow, but another, to amplify too much, would make much more and top extremity. Whilst I was bidding clamor, came therein a man who, having seen me in my worst estate, shunned my abhorred society. But then, finding who 'twas that so endured, with his strong arms he'd fastened on my neck, and bellowed out as he'd burst against the heavens, threw him on my father, told the most piteous tale of Lear and him that ever ear received, which, in recounting, his grief grew puissant, and the strings of life began to crack. Twice then, the horn sounded, and I left him there tranced.
Who was this?
Kent, sir. The banished Kent, who in disguise followed his enemy king and did him service improper for a slave.
Oh, help! Oh, help!
What kind of help? Speak, man! What is this bloody knife?
'Tis hot. It smokes. It came in from the heart of... Oh, she's dead.
Who dead? Speak!
Your lady, sir. Your lady. And her sister, too. Poisoned by her, she confesses it.
I was contracted to them both. All three now marry in an instant. Here comes Kent!
Produce their bodies, be they alive or dead. This judgment of the heavens touches us not with pity. Oh, is this he? Time will not allow the compliments which very manners urges.
I am here to bid my king and master I good night. Is he not here?
Great thing of us forgot.
Speak, Edmund! Where's the king? Where's Cornelia?
Alack, why thus?
Yet Edmund was beloved. The one, the other, poisoned for my sake, and after slew herself.
Even so.
I pant for life. Some good I mean to do despite my own fortune. Quickly send, be brief, Nit. To thy counsel, for my right is now in the life of Lear and Cordelia. Nay, send in time.
Run, run, oh run!
To who, my lord? Who has the office? Send thy token of reprieve.
Well thought on. Take my sword. The captain. Give it the captain.
Haste thee for thy life.
He hath mission from thy wife and me to hang Cordelia in the prison and lay blame upon her own despair that she fordid herself.
Oh, God's defender! Hear him hence a while!
Ow! 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 Oh, you are men of stones! Had I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them so the heavens' bolts should crack. She's gone forever. I know when one lives and when one dies. She's dead as earth. Let me a looking glass that if her breath be stained, her
of that horror?
Fallen cease. This feather stirs like she lives. If it be so, it is a chance that doth redeem all sorrows that ever I have felt.
Oh, my good master.
Rid thee away.
'Tis noble Kent, your friend.
A plague upon you. Murderers! Traitors all! I might have saved her! Cordelia, what dost thou say? Your voice was ever gentle, soft and low, and excellent thing a woman. I killed the slave that was hanging thee.
'Tis true, my lords, he did.
Did I not, fellow? I have seen the days when my good fighting falchion would have made them dance. I am old now, and these same crosses do spoil me. Who are you? This is my eyesight is not the best. I'll tell you straight.
And fortune grabbed her two she loved and hated, one of them we behold.
It's a dull sight. Are you not Kent?
The same. Your servant Kent. Where is your servant Caius?
He's a good fellow. He will strike. And quickly too. He's dead and rotten.
No, my good lord, I am the very man.
You're welcome hither.
Not from your first of difference and decay have followed your sad steps.
I'll see to it straight.
Nor no man else. All's cheerless, dark, and deadly. Your eldest daughters have foredone themselves and desperately are dead.
Aye. So I think.
He knows not what he says. It's a shame we present ourselves to him.
Very fruitless.
Edmund is dead, my lord.
That is but a trifle here. You lords and noble friends know our intent. If there be any way to ease this great decay, we shall apply it. As for the life of this old majesty, to him our absolute power. And you to your honors. Such good condition as your honors have more than merited. To all friends, the wages of their virtues, and to all foes, the cup of their deservings. Oh, see, see.
My poor fool is hanged. Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life and thou no breath at all? Thou wilt come no more. Never, never, never. Hey, you. Do this button. Thank you, fellow. Look on her. Look, her lips. Look there. Look there. Oh. Oh.
He faints! My lord! My lord!
Great heart, I prithee break!
Look up, my lord!
That's not his ghost. Let him pass. He hates him that would upon this tough world stretch him out longer.
He is gone indeed.
The wonder is he hath endured so long. He but usurped his life.
To you friends of my soul, you now twain rule this realm, and Gordon state sustain.
I have a journey, sir, shortly to go. My master calls me. I must not say no.
The weight of this sad time, we must obey. Speak what we feel. we ought to say. The oldest hath borne most. We that are young shall never see so much, nor live so long.
involved in this production, and we're sad to see it come to a close. Thank you so much for coming out to see our show, and we hope you enjoyed.
There's also a few other people that we couldn't have done this show without. So first, we would like to thank Jason for being our dramaturg for the show and our costume head.
Yeah!
We'd also like to thank Larissa a part of